canceled, kids. I got a podcast.
I gotta run in like 15 minutes, but
That's okay.
well, 25 minutes.
Yeah, fuck it. You're the teacher, man. Like,
Oh wait, let me see. Settings. Anyways, you guys keep talking. What are you talking about? Okay. Yeah, I didn't have time to set up my bullshit here.
there you go.
Oh, I'm in the mushroom land. Actually, I kind of like that. Is that Taliban dancing?
Yes.
Based. Wait, I thought I set it to blur. It's still on mushroom land.
The video of the lawyer is like, I'm not a cat. I'm here.
Hey, it works. Anybody follow that? It's the Taliban Public Relations Department Twitter.
Yeah.
Loving that.
Very nice, yeah.
I'm gonna at least put my headphones in.
Clearly. I had a couple articles pulled around interesting, funny that I'm gonna actually really cast it.
I was having lunch and I was on like the restaurant's Wi-Fi for all of like 5 seconds.
Hmm.
And I was looking for a link to share with my friend of the podcast. And I couldn't find like any of our episodes on your YouTube channel on my phone. And I realized it was because of the content filter on like their, Wi-Fi at
Did
the
you
restaurant.
click the live button, or did you not see any videos?
No, it was like all your shorts and stuff like that. Maybe I'm just a
No,
retard.
because with YouTube, it's not under my main videos. There's a live tab you have to click, and it goes to a separate section.
I see.
Like if you open your phone right now and go to it, you'll see my videos, and then if you'll see that there's a live tab,
Uh-huh.
and then that's what it is. Because otherwise, yeah, because I had the same issue. I was looking at someone else's podcast, and I'm like, dude, last video you uploaded was like 4 months ago. He's like, no, you got to look at the live broadcasts. 'Cause the shit we upload goes to one section, and our live streams go to another.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay, now I see it all.
yep, there you go. Because I'm like, dude, trust me, if it was the content filter, you wouldn't have seen shit. I'm waiting for Gay Pride Month so I could bring up the hostage situation video I had, where it was like I want a police escort out of here, and I'll start killing hostages. It's like, remember, it's Pride Month, love is love. I'm like, all right, I'll start killing the gay hostages first.
Should use that video for an intro. Like
Yeah,
first
maybe.
day of June.
How,
You know
how
what?
do you determine which?
Here,
Uh,
let's do the official intro, because I don't think you've done that yet.
No, I haven't.
We'll get started. But do you want? We actually before that start, do a screen share. Pull up do a tab right before you do anything. Do a tab off somewhere. Do a screen share situation.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't you know what? No, fuck it, because you can't add a scene midway through here.
No,
Because if you go to because you can. This would be the time to do it if you want to add a screen that will screen cap that. You would want to do it now before we actually started. So if you wanted to test do the screen share here.
Okay.
Check the little box that doesn't show. That says uncheck the show non-video participants, so that we can watch what you're doing. And then, but the screen so the screen won't see what we see.
Ah, okay. Hold on. So what exactly do y'all want me to screen share?
Like the
No,
Streamlabs?
go pull up my fucking my YouTube page and search for hostage situation.
Oh,
That's what it
right.
was.
Okay. All right. I see what we're doing now.
We're gonna test this and then we'll get it. Sorry, everyone in the chat.
Sorry, y'all are retarded. We're all a little
This
retarded.
is
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I am less retarded when it comes to technology.
Slightly less.
When I get my degree in computer science, dude, I'll be even more retarded, if that makes sense. College, the indoctrination, bro. I'm telling you. Because I want to see how. So if you do a screen share.
Mm-hmm. What is the name of the video?
Hostage situation.
Okay. Got it. Stand by. Okay.
Yes.
Some quality dead air right here.
Yeah, it's very quality. Wait, you know what? I'm going to be editing this out. That's why I want to do this right now. Get out of the way.
Okay.
Just so Ben's set up. So Ben's set up because Ben's going to need. All right. So then you can uncheck the video participants on your end so we can see it. Right. So then I can pop in. I can watch your screen. And there you go, everyone. Isn't that beautiful? Let's see how it works.
I want the money here and now, or I'm gonna start killing hostages.
Let's not do anything too rash. Remember, it's Pride Month. Love is love.
Alright, I'll kill the gay hostages first.
Oh no, what do you? Oh, I guess that works too. I was thinking about a totally different thing, but that's fine. We got the point. Well, you and me will do this off.
That was the exact video you just quoted.
That was the video.
I know. Yeah, I just want to play it, but I wanted to test out something, which you failed at doing what I wanted you to do. But that's okay. So we'll kill. No, don't worry about it. We'll find. We'll just run the intro. We're gonna get into the main topics for the night.
Oh jeez. All right.
We'll figure it out next week after your surgery. Okay.
My surgery. Yes. All right. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Altar. Tonight, it is just the three of us, and we're chilling. We have Max, a.k.a. Ancaparado. We have Matt, a.k.a. Moonlit Matt, version 4. And we have myself, Ben, Rocky Mountain Juhadin, version 2. Because Max is still the only one who's not been deleted.
We're gonna surprisingly, and I'm working hard on it.
You're working hard on it. You are.
What did I say? Something to the effect of maybe if you act like I think I have the quote here. Maybe when you learn to cooperate with people instead of pointing government guns to provide for yourselves, I will think of you as anything but wildlife. That was a fun one.
The guaranteed. Well, now I don't know if saying shit against COVID will get you deleted, like I did. Like I said, a joke. That was the first time I got deleted. But like, you literally need to specifically target a protected class.
No.
Right.
Like you literally say like, I wish there was going to be a transgender genocide or something or whatever. Then boom, you're done. Give it like a day. Because I think I made a comment, like that's what it is. I made a comment about Michael Knowles shit about what the fuck do you say? It doesn't matter. But like basically exiling whatever trans people from public life and shit, ban them. And I was just like, what are they gonna do? Vote? And I got deleted for that. I'm like, you should Tumblr, you should be on my side for this. But anyways, Ben, what are we talking about tonight?
Tonight we are talking about how Trump has already been arrested and is already in prison right now.
Yes, in the minds of the leftists, or in left-leaning people. I can't say leftists. Okay, all-encompassing. Everyone to the left of me is a communist, and Trump is in prison in your head, rent-free. Yeah, so that was the thing. Like, I was fucking sitting down at work talking to the boss man, you know, and he was like, it was funny as shit because I guess they buried a shitload of evidence. I should probably pull up the article for this. Like with Michael Cohen's testimony about for the people that don't happen to know what was going on, is that Michael Cohen, out of his own private funds, paid off Stormy Daniels for like whatever the sex scandal, whatever that happened,
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
then got reimbursed. He got paid from Trump, like so for the Trump organization, like $10,000 a month for 13 months. I think it was what it was, right, to pay it back. And they're like, oh, we don't know if this is, from like campaign funds. Okay, this was like him to get in good graces or some shit like that. And then I guess yesterday they had Michael Cohen up, fucking like they were doing whatever for the grand jury, and he was like, I gave you guys all these documents. Why are you asking me about this? And they're like, what documents? Yeah, apparently the fucking DA buried like 600 fucking pages worth of evidence. And that's why like the whole thing is fucking belly up right now.
Oh my god.
That Zero Hedge. Once you read a bit of that Zero Hedge article,
So
Well, okay, isn't there already a precedent? Like John Edwards was under investigation for paying off money so that like his affair wouldn't go public, and then they wanted to make it campaign finance violation because it's like, oh, you used campaign finance money to pay a legal settlement that was positive press for you, and it's like. Then are you saying all positive press or everything positive you do for yourself is suddenly like also campaign finance? Like, I donated to charity. I'm going to write that off on my campaign finance. You can't tax it. Or, well, I mean, I guess already can't tax it. But
like you said, you donated to charity. Like, oh, like what charity? No, I mean like charity over at the fucking strip club.
you're donating to those needy kids, though. Like,
yeah.
All right. So this Zero Hedge article. So at the beginning of this whole fiasco in like 2016, so that was when the payment was made. This letter, which was sent from Michael Cohen's lawyer in 2018 to the FEC, is like an official legal confession from Cohen stating that he acted alone when he paid Stormy Daniels, and he was merely receiving like his normal salary as Trump's lawyer.
Well, it'd be a retainer, right?
It would be a retainer, yeah. Excuse me, a retainer. But basically, on that letter, they tried and convicted him of like some sort of violation. So that's like also why he's working with the FBI right now, because he was like, oh, I have dirt on Trump. I can help you guys. Like, I'll flip on Trump. And they're like, all right, cool. And I have to look up more about this, but I'm pretty sure it was one of those like, yeah, so we communicated in a series of texts and emails that got deleted or some shit. But he totally instructed me to do this and then told me he would pay me back later on. And they're like, do you have any record of this? And he's like, no, but I can tell you that it happened. Who else knows that it happened? Donald Trump and someone else from like Donald Trump's team. So it's just like, okay.
Okay, now maybe you don't understand the lawyer situation, but like if you pay somebody to be your lawyer and your lawyer at any point testifies against you,
so he's
can they admit that?
No, so he's no longer. Actually, that's a good question. Like, does attorney-client privilege like cover that? But like, when he was like testifying against Trump, he was no longer Trump's lawyer because he was like a felon at that point.
Well, no, there's a difference between attorney-client privilege. I just think, isn't there a situation where you get a state-appointed lawyer, like, and then, like, here's the worst-case scenario: you get charged with some crime, you get a state-appointed lawyer, you tell them like, okay, here's what actually happened. How can we get off for it? They then say, guess what? I no longer want to be your lawyer, and then go to the prosecutor and say, hey, they confessed to me this, and this. Like that's not kosher. Like
yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah.
You can't and that's like the free scenario where basically the state could pay for your lawyer to obtain your confession. They could quit and then just take your confession over to the prosecutor, which is that's totally heinous. That's not how our system works. I don't think the lawyer is allowed to ever testify against anybody they've ever had a client relationship with.
well.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
that's
sure.
a good point.
You should probably look up like if there's any federal law that they can compel you under
Well,
certain.
I guess we're looking at
Might
like
be in treason cases.
Maybe.
the problem is like it's on a New York State level. It's not on a federal level. Like,
Well,
it's,
how is it a campaign finance violation if it's like that's what they
Because-
were thinking of if a state person is going after it, like that's a
I guess
federal.
it's because his campaign was headquartered in New York, and it all happened in New York City. Like, she received the payment in New York City. It all happened within the state of New York's borders. So, like, I guess technically it's not federal, because that was like one of the biggest objections they had when like the House GOP like put out a request for documents for the investigation. And like the investigation and the head of the investigation, the DA, was like, how dare you? This is a state level investigation. This shouldn't be meddled with by the federal government. Like blah blah blah. And it's like, well,
The DOJ and FBI assist with state prosecutions all the time, especially when it's about running for a federal office.
running for a federal office, or it involves a former like U.S. president. Like they're going to be involved.
And like, here's the joke about like the arrests and everything like that. You can't just show up with NYPD to arrest the president who has a secret security detail.
Oh yeah, you
that would
can.
be
I saw the
interesting.
pictures.
He grabbed me by the pussy, and I don't even have one.
Yeah, those fucking AI pictures is like, I think it was like I woke up like in the middle of the night and shit, and I was like feeding my daughter, and I'm fucking scrolling my phone and shit, and I'm like no glasses on, and I'm like, fuck, did they get Trump? And it took me a second. I'm like, because I thought the blurriness was my eyes. It was just actually the AI fucking drawing, but it's just funny. I always look at the hands.
Yep.
You always got to look at the hands of those pictures. Because one of the fucking dudes holding a rifle and shit had like 8 fingers spread across the fucking rail of the gun.
Hell
It
yeah.
looked weird as fuck.
Yeah, here's the deal. If you're a criminal, just wear an extra finger on your hands and say they deep faked or they AI generated the surveillance footage of me robbing the place.
Yeah. That's actually a tactic, I guess. Like, what was that article like a couple of weeks ago that said that? Like, criminals are putting on a little prosthetic finger, whatever, to fool the justice system. So yeah, what do you if Trump were to ever get arrested, what do you think they'd get him on?
Well, it'd be bullshit like this. They're never going to arrest him for prosecuting the genocide in Yemen, right?
Of course not.
Yeah, no. I mean, like, it's not even gonna be it's gonna be like even more bullshit than this, because even this bullshit isn't working.
Well, it's like originally they wanted to charge him with treason for working with the Russian president to take over America and make us a puppet state. And here they are for paying money to porn stars, maybe
after
from the wrong
everything else
account.
has fallen apart because it's like a financial transaction error. Like,
They're gonna get him for leaning under a salad bar glass and sneezing.
exactly.
That's gonna do him in.
Bioterrorism.
Yep.
Like, yeah, he didn't even mean to do it. He's like, I don't want. He was like, I'm seeing. He's like, is that meat? No, it's not. It's salad. I'm moving on. So where's the Diet Coke at?
Salad? Who the hell eats salad? I'm in a steakhouse. I'm not here for a salad.
I thought he doesn't drink Diet Coke.
Wasn't what I think? Yeah, he does. He's got it. What do you mean he doesn't drink Diet Coke? I thought.
Okay,
Trump
is
loved Diet Coke.
the tweet? I've never seen a skinny person drink Diet Coke.
Yeah.
A fake.
No, is it? I think it's real actually. Like, it's from like the 2012 era of Trump tweeting, so I think it is actually legit. Because like he made a couple of posts about Coke. Like, there's something about the Coke company wasn't happy with him, and he said, "That's okay. I'll keep drinking that garbage."
Oh yeah, this is real Donald Trump, 2012, October 14th. I've never seen a thin person drinking Diet Coke.
No way. Amazing.
He's right.
So good.
And that's even better when it
He doesn't miss.
apparently he drinks Diet Coke, so he's being like like, I look in the mirror,
exactly.
I'm not skinny, I'm drinking it. But like there was like some discourse, like people like will eat the worst shit and then get a Diet Coke because they think it like counters it.
Of
We
course,
get like a double cheeseburger, some bacon cheese fries, and just so I don't feel too bad about myself and get Diet Coke.
Diet Coke, of
real
course.
fast.
Yeah.
Diet Coke with
It's not a
with
negative
sugar.
calorie consumption.
And of course,
It's
since
just-
you're getting a diet, you can get the extra large. Like, you know.
The extra large diet. That'll really cancel it out. You'll actually lose weight.
Exactly.
So just a zero
All that
intake.
fucking aspartame will make you shit yourself.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I bet his fucking prostate is as hard as concrete.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, someone should get on that and feel up in there, see what's going on. Let's ask his doctor. See if the doctor will let those
The
private,
people have a
things
right
out.
to know the condition of Donald Trump's prostate.
So speaking of medical stuff, there was some interesting Twitter conversation I briefly engaged with yesterday or 2 days ago. I think it was yesterday. So Kira, friend of the show, posted on our Discord. It's not related. We're moving on from Trump now. We already know they're not going to get him for anything. Even the dumb shit we can think of on top of our heads, that he's not going to get caught for. It's going to be something even dumber. You'll never think about. You'll never. Whoever bets correctly on it it's inside this organization that's going after him.
They're absolute
Yes.
intelligence. Yeah.
So Kira posted this dude's tweet, Jeremiah Harding, right? He's like some left anarchist, whatever, and apparently just completely unhinged, which is typical of a left-leaning anarchist. But the tweet he made was, here's a challenge. It shouldn't be hard if it's actually happening. Find me an American child who medically transitioned via surgery before they were 16. He's like, then find me 100 similar cases. He's like, because if it's as bad as the transphobes say, you should be able to find me at least 101. And like, if she didn't post it, I would never seen it. But I'm like, when it comes to people asking for numbers, I get curious. I'm like, what are the numbers, right? I'm not trying to prove it one way or the other. I'm just curious about the numbers. Curious about the facts over feelings. But I'm like, the first problem with this tweet is like, how is a normal person going to get access to private information like that? You're asking a question that is impossible to fucking answer. And the extra funny thing is that an hour after his tweet, he posted. I could go find it, but I don't feel like it. He posted basically saying like, "Oh, almost an hour later, and not one single case. No one's giving one single case." And there was like, I don't know, a couple likes on it or anything. Like no one's even seen it, right? And it's fucking like, "Oh wow, big thing." I'm like, okay, so you went from wanting 101 cases. So if there was someone actually like doing their due diligence and shit, they're not going to just give you one. They're going to give you what you asked for because they want to prove a point. You think they're going to get a fucking 101 cases in less than an hour?
Of course.
You're fucking high. And he's also specifically surgery because if you talk about the negative effects of like puberty blockers and shit and hormone therapy, well, no, because they could reverse that. Well, okay, some shit might fuck you up, make you sterile.
No, they can't.
Right? Like I don't know all that shit. I don't care.
You can't just like if you stop puberty, you can't just restart it later. It doesn't work that way.
Oh, I know. Like,
Ask
with, like, hormone
Hasbulla.
therapy.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got
get him on the show.
a condition where his he never had the hormones to go through puberty, so he
No
looks
shit.
like a kid. Yeah.
Man, he's base as fuck though.
Yeah, he is.
So that's what I was told. Like
Happy Ramadan, by the way,
Happy Ramadan.
to all our brothers out there. Mubarak, Ramadan Mubarak. That's how you say it.
Ramadan Mubarak, inshallah.
Based. All right. So his question was very narrowly scoped because he already knows it's fucking impossible to find, or he figured it was impossible until I came along because I'm not even a credible autist. I failed that test. But anyways, so I found an article from I don't remember where it's from, but it actually had it at like they went through like insurance claims, right? They were able to find insurance claims like this one study group, and there's actually information. So he wanted to know about medically transitioned via surgery, and I produced these numbers in 2019. Pull this up, but the thing was between ages 13 and 17, right? So between the ages of 13 and 17 that went through top surgery, which is getting your titties removed. 2019, 238 cases. 2020, 256 cases. 2021, 282 cases. And it explained like that 56 among those was 56 genital surgeries. Yeah, there was genital surgeries but you have to the prior gender dysphoria diagnosis. So I'm like, okay, so I have produced your over 101 cases, right? Wrong, because he fucking moved the goalposts.
What did he do?
He was like, I don't consider this transition surgery. It might make them look different, and that might make them feel better or worse, depending on the case, but they can still use their organs. I'm like, that's not what you fucking asked. You didn't ask that. And you were very specific because I went through this thread later because I was just curious. And anytime anyone brought up like something that was off the topic, right, of what he specifically wanted, he would post his tweet again with the highlighted part. He's like, that's why I said via surgery. And now I do it. He's like, oh no, they didn't have their genitals removed, so I don't consider that. So I just replied with like, I was done. I'm like, if this dude is gonna be like this, there's no point in going any further than posting what the types of surgeries are. Gender affirming surgery gives transgender people a body that aligns with their gender. It may involve procedures on the face, chest, or genitalia. Common transgender surgery options include facial reconstructive surgery. Our boy Dylan McCollinhule, or whatever the fuck he pronounced the last name, I don't care.
Ugh, yeah.
That one dude making that parody. That parody video about girlhood or something. I haven't watched it. So facial reconstructive
I got a piece,
surgery.
guys.
All right, man.
See you,
Take
man.
it easy.
So yeah,
And then there is chest or top surgery. Duh. To remove the breast tissue for a more masculine appearance. And then there's genital or bottom surgery to transform or reconstruct the genitalia.
Speaking of bottom,
So like,
where is
speaking of bottom,
Yirma?
I have no idea. He's probably maybe he's with this girl or something, and he's gonna
Maybe, yeah.
early. Doesn't matter too much. What's the thing? I'm like, dude, you can't just fucking put out that you want the data on transition surgery and then not agree with what a transition is. But like people were taking bait, and like he had said later, he's like only one person was able to provide me something, but it like that answered my question, but like it barely like reached 60 cases, and I'm like, okay, again, that's not what you asked. I'm like, if you asked about genital surgery, then yeah, I would have posted the same shit, and be like, this is the best data that they have, and yeah, it's half of 100. But then we get the question for everybody else is, what's the cutoff to where people should be upset? If you're not going to be upset at 56 like this guy wouldn't be, or 100, how many do you need to care, right? Because then we go to this thing of how many innocent people die overseas when we drone strike the shit out of people. Not me and you, obviously, because we don't do that.
Of course not.
But what if they're like, oh yeah, it was just a couple innocent people that died? I mean, this is like a really bad comparison, obviously. People are going to be like, you're like comparing apples and oranges. Yeah, I know. I don't care. I'm going to do it for fun. But it's like, you got people fucking, I don't know how many, like 10, 15 civilians will die. And it's like, okay, well, it was only 10 or 15. It's like it barely happens, right? Barely happens. So like apply that to this shit. It's like if you don't want to be enraged about 50. Let's just say that was true. Just 50 true transition surgeries. You're telling me that's okay? While this left anarchist is anti-war, allegedly. And if you're going to be pissed if one person dies over fucking seas, one is too many. It's an innocent person.
Actually,
Kids
better
over
example. A kid
Hit it with me,
getting
baby.
shot in a school. One is too many. One school shooting is too many.
Yeah. Well, no, this left anarchist is actually extremely pro-gun, or at least he used to be.
Used to be.
Well, that was fun. Dude, I went on a deep dive, right? Because I was like, I was fascinated by this person. I'm like, how can this person be so unhinged looking? And, well, I mean, I know why. But I was just fascinated. I'm like, I got to know how this person sounds. Because I'm like, they obviously love hearing themselves talk or like typing and arguing and shit. Like, I don't argue because I don't care. So I found his YouTube, and holy shit, this dude looks psychotic. He talks psychotic. Like the facial expressions, psychotic as fuck. And then I found out what the problem is with him. I found a video for one of his first videos from back in 2011, and he was answering a question about if he was why he was anti-war, I think it was. And what he said is, I got an anonymous ask from somebody on Tumblr. This motherfucker's been on Tumblr since like day one. No fucking wonder he's insane.
Wow. Okay. I thought I was on there a long time. Fuck.
Yeah, you fucking this motherfucker. Yeah, so I'm like, that's why he's crazy. Simple as that.
Many such cases.
Many such cases. So yeah, so that's what I was curious to see if he was gonna post up a video about his Twitter exchange with these people yesterday, but it didn't happen.
Of course
So
not.
that's fine. So anyways, on to other things. But yeah, I would just maybe not mutilate children at all. Would be better. Let them. Well, this is where like the age of consent shit really intertwines. Is because like you should be doing the basic minimum to have like a healthy standard for your kid, not making these potentially life changing decisions for them, and get them to a point where they can truly understand what is going to be happening with these things. Like when we talk to age of consent, like when they can truly understand the ins and outs of contracts, how do you get out, what are the consequences, all that shit, like on a very deep level, not this bullshit like some lawyer that hates you explains it to you. Like, yeah, no, just sign it. Don't worry about it. It's like nothing to worry about it. And you sign it. It's like, guess who's getting fucked in the ass in an hour per the contract? Like, what? He told me he was cool.
Actually, you did. You signed right here. You agreed to get fucked in the ass. Oh, man.
So, like, that's like an age of consent thing. Like, parents should not be doing any of that shit, especially when the kid doesn't have a proper state of mind. Like, you're the parent. You should have the proper state of mind.
Well, I mean, you should, but like somebody made this comment once. It seems like every parent with like a trans child is the exact sort of person who would benefit socially immensely from like having a trans child.
Oh well, that's the other thing people bring up is, are these kids truly trans, or are they groomed by their own fucking parents? Mm-hmm. Right? That's the other thing to think about, because it's like, okay, like you got a girl, your daughter's a tomboy, growing up like 5 or 6. You get parents like, oh wow, this is a great opportunity for me to fucking say, actually, you might actually be an actual boy. We can do these things medically for you, and start telling your kid, like feeding your kid this shit, and your kid obviously looks up to you, loves you, but you wouldn't lie to them, so it must be true. Fucking psychological warfare, man. Fucking hate this shit.
Well, I mean, you also have the same issue like in public schools where you have like teachers who are just like doing it without the parents' knowledge, and like they come home and like their child suddenly has like a fucking like a biracial sexual identity.
Wasn't there some kid that got the fucking like COVID vaccine at school, like, and like a teacher administrator like forced on him or some like weird shit?
Wouldn't surprise me if that happened, but like I can't recall any specifics.
I can't keep up with all like the wild shit that I was like, there's no way anyone would be cool with that. Like, there's no way it would happen, because no way, like, not one person. And that's why I changed my mindset to like, there's probably at least one person that does this. When I think about fucked up things, I go from no one would do this. I'm like, there's got to be one. There's got to be one. Mm-hmm. Fucking absolutely batshit crazy. You pull your kids. Well, I don't know, man. Like, when I went to school, I didn't really. Also, I slept a lot in class, so maybe that was my benefit. But like, I didn't really have any problem with like teacher trying to try anything, like pushing shit on anybody.
I mean, that didn't really start this way until like I'd say the last couple of years, maybe like post 2020, really.
Okay. Well, that's cool, I guess. That I got to miss that. Oh, I'd have been terrible, man. I might have been kicked out of school because like they tried to do that shit to like me. I'm like, fuck yourself.
Seriously,
you were. Those were the better days. You were allowed to say more things. You could
call the teacher a faggot and get away with it. Like,
I would love to have tried that. Hell no, if I did that. I remember watching some stupid fucking. We were in the auditorium or whatever, like the movie, like the theater of the fucking school and shit, and they were playing like student videos for some film festival thing. And there's one video that was like so fucking dumb. I was halfway through it. I'm like, what does this even mean? And I said it in that tone, and my teacher was sitting right in front of me, turned around, he's like, do you want to go, you want to go out? You want to go outside there? Like until everything's over? I was like, yes, I do. And he was fucking pissed. He's like, why don't you like, this is like supporting your schoolmates or whatever. I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck made this video. I simply asked what the fuck was going on. Well, I didn't swear, obviously, because that would have been more trouble for me. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like everyone else's videos had something going on with it. And then this video was like, I don't know what the message was, and it was just like all over the place. It was like it was all like leaving the school. Like you could like don't feel change. You can leave right now. I'm like, you're telling me that I did. But like it was so I don't know. It was super weird. I didn't get it. Maybe I'm just not a not a Kino guy.
You're just
right?
not.
Like that was a film. Everything else was like movies or whatever. I don't know how it goes.
Well, I mean, you do look like somebody who enjoys the films of Wes Anderson. So.
Yeah, I do. He's a great filmmaker. You know,
Yeah.
I actually what movies has he even done?
Oh God, he
don't know.
did the Grand Budapest Hotel,
Never seen it.
Moonlight Kingdom, just like hipster shit.
Okay, then I've probably never seen anything he's ever done. So I went in there. Oh, Royal Tenenbaums I've seen.
Royal Tenenbaums. I have never actually seen his shit either, but I know the titles of his shit because.
Oh, I've seen Rushmore too.
Ugh.
A long time ago.
Ugh.
Other than that, I was young and dumb.
Got him.
How do you not see the Royal Tenenbaums? You're in that.
I'm in that?
I don't know. Fucking maybe. I'm looking at these dark haired guys right now.
Oh.
Anyways, moving on. I have some other stuff that I found earlier today when I was checking news. The Rick and Morty creator Justin Roiland.
Yeah. Has
He's
he
a
killed himself yet?
No, well, he got the charges dropped
What?
for this whatever the domestic shit. They got
Really?
dropped. So this headline here is WeGotThisCovered.com is Justin Roiland claims embittered ex tried to have him canceled, but fans ask, what about those alleged creepy messages to minors? It's like, yeah. So from the article here, the criminal charges of domestic violence against Justin Roiland, the co-creator of Adult Swim animated show Rick and Morty, have been dismissed. That was made was today Wednesday? No, that was so yesterday morning. Yesterday. But yeah. So do they have the messages? Oh my god. I gotta read the message. I think they have some shitty linked fucking bullshit here. I'm trying to pull up the statements. I've read the DM. Yeah, people are talking about I've read the DMs and shit. I wish they had those pictures of it.
They don't have the pictures?
Like it's gotta be somewhere else. Well, Adult Swim has already like cut ties with him, so it doesn't really matter. No, just everyone like this article just had him comment on DMs and shit, but basically like he was like extremely creepy, and it like rapey as shit.
Wasn't one of them too, like, I remember either him or the other creator, like, put some videos out on Twitter where he was, like, pretending to fuck, like, a doll that was, like, a child or some shit?
Oh, here we go. I have some of the messages. So he's on Twitter messaging some girl. He's like, oh yeah, sorry at the airport. It's insane in the membrane. What a fucking loser. What time is it there right now? And the girl's like 11:37. He's like, ooh, oh, so. What the rate? I'll get it. Is so rate and me so Chinese? Oh, he's trying to say great. So he's just being racist now against the Chinese.
Wow. Excellent.
And this girl's like, I have school tomorrow. He's like, oh, school tomorrow? Oh no, oh no. And she's like, fuck my life. And then he's like, fuck, you should just run from home and go into sex slavery, you fucking stupid faggot bitch. I mean, I guess that's like, that's a joke, we know, but it's like,
ooh, okay. I mean, yeah, but
here's this. Check this one out. He's like,
right.
Would you do video game reviews and stuff like that? I bet you do good. She's like, yeah, just video games and shit. And then he's like, then once you turn 18, you just start cam whoring. Holy fuck. Oh, Why are you such a jailbait? What's wrong with you in that regard? You should grow older, you dumb bitch. Is it cool
Man.
being jailbait? Does the FBI follow you around arresting all the men you sleep with? Bro, what the fuck is up with this guy? Lord Towers in the chat said, "Fantastic Mr. Fox is his best movie, Wes Anderson, so maybe I'll watch it." Maybe. Think about it. But yeah, this dude's definitely like well, he's fucking dude. You look up a fucking picture of him doing that little soy jack face.
Of course.
Game over. Case closed on that. Lock his ass up. Throw away the key. So I just found it funny. And the whole reason I found out about this story today was that in Jen's chat, Jen 100th episode, she came on and had the shitty mic. Mm-hmm. In her server, someone had posted that, and I guess they were like arguing about it for a little bit. But I came back to like her saying, "This is the reason we have no argument channel anymore because I hate arguments." And then there's like nothing that makes sense about it because like she deleted all the messages when I got to it. But apparently there was like whole discourse and shit. I'm like, what I missed? I had some other dude message me about it, and it was about this Rick and Morty shit where he got the charges missed, and he brought up, well, what about those creepy messages? And they were like, well, that's not what he got like he was getting charged with, so it doesn't matter. I'm like, yeah, I think it kind of
matters. It's a pattern of behavior. Like, I like to recognize patterns. Matt, do you like to recognize patterns?
I fucking love to recognize patterns. It's great. It's fucking fantastic.
It's fantastic. It's wonderful. So what else happened?
Yeah. What else happened?
Yeah, in the world.
And I think this is the potential last one that I have of until I start scrolling Twitter or something. That TikTok headline. TikTok ban would be a slap in the face to young Democratic voters, activists warn. Like, real? How? You literally just learn to code.
Just learn to code. Make your own TikTok. Like,
I'm gonna see the
reason. Go to Instagram.
I didn't actually read the article on this. I just thought the headline was funny.
Oh no, it's because they have all that Chinese financial support.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude, these kids need to be executed in Minecraft. I just did a quick peek of like what I'm reading here. So here's some of it. In the nation's capital, the debate over banning TikTok is largely focused on whether the app's Chinese parent company poses a security threat to Americans. But behind closed doors, Democrats are also being forced to weigh whether blocking the popular video platform could come with heavy political costs. In 2020, Aiden Code Murphy used TikTok to rally support for Joe Biden. Now he's trying to use the platform to stop Biden from killing it. And this is what this fucking kid said. "I'm not defending TikTok as a company. I'm defending my entire generation," said the 19-year-old Harvard freshman, who, as a high schooler during the 2020 campaign, founded a group called TikTok for Biden. Yes, no, for real, I think this kid should go find a creeper in Minecraft.
This kid was grown in a laboratory that the CIA runs.
Oh, for sure, 100%. This is like Ted Kaczynski too, but gay.
But gay.
Yeah, Gen Z how are you, dude? This is the problem I have with a lot of activists, like solo activists or whatever, of the left, maybe the right too, probably the right too. I don't want to be biased, but they have this mindset that them alone, they're the leader, and like if they can change the world, just them alone, like if their leadership. No, you fucking cannot. Give it up. You can get together to try to get some change and hope for the best. But if you really think you're like defending an entire generation, for example, you need to take a step back and maybe punch yourself in the face. Dude, I had a friend, like a libertarian friend, right-leaning libertarian, who was like very passionate about arguing with people about libertarian principles, which is fine. But like we were in this political chat with some people, and he fucking like lost his shit and was like, "I'm tired of fucking like trying to argue like common sense with you people." He's like, I'm trying to change the world, and it's not working. And he fucking left the chat. I'm like, you thought talking to a couple of us is going to change the world?
Well, of course.
Like, no, the thing is, it was so funny because I talked to him later. Well, it turned out like he was obviously like he got better like a couple months later. He's like, man, I was just like I've been in a bad state of mind for like from other personal things.
Mm.
He's like I actually didn't mean it like that. He's like I know I can't change the world.
Was it a case
Like,
of
I
what
want-
no pussy does to a motherfucker?
No, he was married. He's married and shit.
Oh.
Very very rare of a libertarian to be married. So let's put that out there. So I get the confusion. But no, because it was just like it was like the heat of because I think it was right after, maybe it was right before Trump got in. It was right around when Trump was getting in or about to be like election day and shit. It was around that kind of period of time. But the one guy he was arguing with was like literally wouldn't bend to anything. And what was funny with this other guy was that anytime he would never argue. No, the leftists in that group would never argue with me because every time I brought something else up, it was to the point. And he's like, "Well, I can't." He's like, "I can't respond to that." Right? He fucked up, and he thought that the other guy, libertarian dude, made some comment, and he responded to that. I was like, "Actually, that was me that said it." And the problem with what your response is this, and I never heard a fucking thing in response to that again. Like this dude like hated arguing with me because I don't get into this like emotional shit. I'm like, all right, let's get the facts. Let's get the facts, baby. Let's get the facts and get this going. Like, oh no, I don't like legitimate facts, not like Fox News facts or
Well, you
CNN
wouldn't
facts.
engage with him emotionally. He wasn't there to actually change the world. He was there for emotional gratification, and you didn't give him that.
Yes.
He was just trying to bust a nut.
He did argue with me on two things because he thought it was more like in play. It was that I think about suicide stuff. Like people should be able to have guns. Like if your friends and family, if you talk to them, you can't like talk yourself out of it. Like I would prefer people not to kill themselves, right? But at the end of the day, like it's their life, and if they're not going to be convinced otherwise, if it's really that bad for them and they want to do it, you can't stop them because it's their bodies, their property. They can do it. I know it's not a popular opinion, right?
It's true though. I mean,
And but because that was because the argument he was bringing up was like guns need to be bad because of how many people kill themselves and how many people wouldn't have killed themselves if they didn't have access to a gun. And I was like, they would just get something else.
yeah.
He's like, yeah, but it's not guaranteed. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty guaranteed if you're that dedicated to it because most people figure it out. Because I had a buddy that hung himself in 2014. He'd posted some sad ass fucking song on Facebook. 2 days later, his fucking mom found him hanging in the bedroom.
Fuck.
And like, so it was like you figure it out. All you need is a fucking time block, 30-minute time block if you're gonna hang yourself. Probably 30 minutes. I don't know. I've tried it. I haven't tried it for anything outside of sexual purposes, so I wouldn't know how to kill yourself. But sexually,
you're on that David.
5 minutes max, bro. Like something. So yeah, it's like super fucked up. So like that's what I argued with him about that. What was the other thing? When I talked about breaking up the United States, not just into 50 states. Like you could do 50 states, but it's probably better to do regional, like we talked about in a prior episode. Break it up in like 10 regions or even 5. Break it up in anything to make it its own country. And he's like, well, the red states would suffer because they take more in than they give to the federal government. And I was like, okay, if that's true, which I don't believe it to be, because if they're, like I said, I was like, first, if they're giving money and they're getting back more, they could just keep their money and then figure it the fuck out. But if true, and they can't survive, that's their own fucking problem. And you, as a thriving state, get to keep all your money and don't have to donate it to this fucking poor little state. Mm-hmm. But he didn't like that, because now he cares about people. Except fucking Bubba in the South.
He cares about his money. Like, that's very important.
Hey, fucking people. With No Shade in the chat, there was an old lady that bought a black powder gun and killed herself when she was unable to purchase a handgun, if I recall correctly.
That's fucking hardcore, dude. Fucking killing yourself with black powder is like...
Jesus.
That's some shit.
The bad shit. So yeah, TikTok ban would be based. Anyway. Well, maybe it wouldn't. We're talking about not wanting people to commit suicide, and all these kids would commit suicide if they couldn't post a video on the internet because that's the only site you can do.
Oh
It's
no.
the only site you can use.
Oh no.
If only there was like a site that I would maybe like a YouTube site or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that you could post videos on,
Facebook.
or like an Instagram or Tumblr. Actually, no, don't go
Yeah.
to Tumblr. But
There's no site. It's really bad that TikTok has a monopoly on video sharing. There's no other sites to do it.
well, like
Damn.
they sold it
Love
as like a replacement to Vine, and like it just like it was a total
Yeah.
Trojan horse.
Yeah, there's like Musically and stuff. But
Mhm.
all right. Well, that was pretty much what I would cover. We're pretty much at. When did we start this?
About I'd say like 55 minutes ago, so we're almost an hour in.
Okay, so we're good. So yeah, man. So what's going on? What's happening with you?
Not too much. I mean, next week I am going to be in Sarasota, Florida.
Yeah, you're gonna be streaming from Sarasota, right?
Yeah, I'm having a procedure done. I think it's going to be for the better. And I think while I'm on my way, I'm going to download Duolingo and brush up on my Spanish.
Based, incredibly
Yeah.
based. But my one son's waking up, and I'll probably have to go get them. So I don't know if you want to keep talking.
No, I think
Or
we
you
can
wanna-
call it. I can hear him.
All right,
so,
we'll call it.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. And as always, remember, taxation is theft.
Haters.
Haters.